All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I am the Gold Standard, and today we are back in it with Bonney. And in particular, we're going to be going over how to deal with all the aggro in the current meta. So if you're tired of losing to Zoro, Reiju, and Kalgara, this is the video for you. So sit back, kick your feet up, and let's play some One Piece. Now, I want to preface this video a little bit with the current build that I have right now is more of an anti-black build, and if you haven't seen the video where I talk about that, it's up here in the corner. So when I'm talking about how to deal with the aggro in the current meta, I'm actually talking about how to do it with this particular build, because frankly, if you just put in this 8-cost kid into your build, you stand a much better chance against all these aggro decks, because it's very hard for them to get through an 8k body, especially if you have counter, and then you can just swing back into their board and remove it. So again, this video in particular is about how to deal with aggro in the meta using a Bonney build that doesn't utilize the 8-cost kid. Now, to beat aggro decks with Bonney, we need to have an understanding of two different things. The first being just a fundamental understanding of the difference between aggro and control decks, and why control decks are notoriously weak to aggro decks. And two, we just need general knowledge of the aggro decks currently being played and which cards are actually in them that you can focus on either removing or dealing with as quickly as possible. And guys, if you find any of this useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. First things first, let's talk about the difference between aggro and control decks. So Bonney, to me, is the perfect example of a control deck. And one of the hallmark examples of control decks is that their early game is notoriously soft, in the sense that they don't have a lot of variation, and really all they're trying to do is get cards down to set themselves up for the late game where they actually thrive. So if we look at Bonney's opening plays, we've got searchers, we've got potentially a blocker on turn 2, and then we've got things that either freeze the board or develop Dawn. And really up until like 8 Dawn, you're not doing much with Bonney's deck. Now, if we compare that to what's happening in, for instance, a Zoro build, the variation in play that Zoro has at their disposal is like 3x. You know, they have searchers, they have, 1-cost Makino that can buff up another 1-cost. They've got blockers, they've got, in particular, the book chopper that is a searcher that develops more bodies. They've got Rush in the form of Kid and Killer or Zoro if they're playing that. So you can see like nothing on their board is really above like 4 Dawn, other than maybe a high-end Rush unit. And so their early game is where they are powerful. So knowing this, the trick to beating aggro decks, because they will always outpace us in the beginning, is to buy yourself time with Bonney. Now, obviously her leader ability is excellent at doing that because you can rest one of their attackers and attack into it, but having a few specific cards in your opening hand is really going to help you out in delaying the game long enough to actually win. And these are the Bonney that freezes one of their attackers or a Dawn. We've got Carrot, and I think that Carrot is a necessity when going into any of these aggro decks because she can keep something on their board rested turn after turn every time she attacks. So between her and your leader ability, you're removing 2 attackers every turn. And then we've got Electric Luna. And these 3 cards to me are your best options at delaying the game long enough so that you can start getting a little bit of momentum and go into your 8s and 10 drops. And obviously, Doflamingo can hold a board down in the late game. But you absolutely, in the early game, need to see, in particular, Carrot and potentially Electric Luna or Bonney. Now, just understanding simple mechanics of One Piece is going to get you very far in these matchups. But also having an understanding of what they play in their decks and which key cards they need to make their decks run is going to help you even more. So first, let's start with Zoro and understand how this deck ticks and what cards you're looking out for. So most of the Zoro builds right now are built on the animal package that runs off of this Tony Chopper, who on play or when attacking, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and among them you can play one animal type character with a power of 4,000 or less rested, and then place the rest on the bottom of your deck. And then also this 1-cost event, which is look at the top 5, put a 3-cost or less animal type character into play, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. It's important to note that this card is played as a counter, so they're actually developing bodies on your turn. So between these 2 cards, by really their 5 Dawn turn, they could, in theory, have a full board down. So the trick is that when you see Zoro, you need to make sure that you get rid of that chopper as fast as possible, or keep it frozen so that they can't just keep getting value out of it when they attack. And expect them to have this 1-drop event, which will develop another body on your turn. If you can anticipate some of these moves, you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. And the other thing is if they don't get a searcher down on their first turn, that actually puts them one attacker behind immediately, and they lose a lot of tempo. It's surprising how quickly that falls off. The other thing is understanding that they do play rush, and so you always have to plan for the fact that even with your leader ability, they can attack and then play a rush body and attack again and still not trigger your leader ability. So bear that in mind when you're going into the red decks. So again, the biggest problems in the Zoro deck are Tony Chopper and this one cost event. If you can play around those, you actually stand a pretty good chance of stopping this deck. So next up we have Reiju, and Reiju has a different set of tools at her disposal, but can equally rush you down if you're not careful. So the card that you're going to want to watch out for the most in this deck is their Vinsmoke EGG 7 drop. They have one of these in trash, you're going to assume that they have one of these in hand and that they're going to play it out and play this from trash. But the biggest mistake that I see Bonney players making into the Reiju matchup is tapping this with your leader and then attacking into it, because all that really does is put it back into trash and allow them to recycle it again with another Vinsmoke EGG. So as much as possible, what you really want to try and do is just keep freezing them onto the board and not let them attack with it. This takes away their ability to recycle it, and it also loses that negative 2000 power, which can be a problem if you are using like Basils as blockers, because they can bring this in and make your Basil a lot weaker. The next most important card that you want to look out for in their deck is Black Maria. And so what a lot of times they'll do is set this up in the early game, and if you don't get rid of it in time, they will get their Vinsmoke Judge down, and they'll have a full board that you will not be able to come back from. And so as soon as you see a Black Maria, you have to find a way to get rid of it. And typically what it is when they attack, you'll rest it and attack into the Black Maria. These are the two main cards that you have to worry about and how they use them in this matchup. Now, I will say that you have to play around Pudding, which I've talked about in other videos. Early counter is the way you're going to do that. And then there are some things that if they don't see early on, can really set them back in tempo. And one of them is if they don't see stage early on, or one of their searchers. If they don't get these very early and start assembling the pieces that they need for their deck to operate, you stand a much better chance of going into this. And finally, last but not least, is Kalgara. And Kalgara is an interesting leader because traditionally yellow is a much slower, more control-based color. But Kalgara is actually extremely aggro and can be very fast-paced and get away from you if you let it. So there are two combos I want to make you aware of in this deck to just watch out for. And then really you just need to understand one strategy point and it'll really help you in this matchup. So the first two combos that you have to watch out for are the Ohm into Holy Play, because obviously they develop two bodies on the field there. And if you're not careful, Ohm will get the plus 1000 when they're at 2 life or less. So you want to prioritize obviously getting Ohm out. Now, the other combo is on their 6 Dawn turn, what they'll do is they'll put 1 Dawn on their leader, they will cheat in the Kalgara and take their own life, and then they'll play the Norland with the 5 remaining Dawn and gain the life back. And so it's basically like they get the 8k and the 6k for the cost of 5 Dawn, plus they get to swing for 6k. Now again, there's not a lot you can do to stop that, but understanding that that's what's about to happen to you on the 6 Dawn turn can help you prepare for it in the form of, putting down a blocker or getting ready to potentially rest one of these and then attack into it, things like that. Now, the big thing with Kalgara is if you stay healthy by countering, especially in the early game, and then attacking into their board, they don't actually have any rush bodies other than Ace. So you don't have to necessarily worry about a surprise attack, and you'll always be able to take one of their attackers away with your leader ability. So you really want to focus on their board, and the biggest reason you want to focus on their board is because to cheat cards in and get the aggro play state that they are looking for, they actually take their own life. And so if you're focusing on the board and attacking the characters that they're bringing in, and they're taking their own life, they're doing a lot of the work for you. So what you can do is you can attack into their board and develop your own at a little slower pace. And then when you're ready, they're going to be at 2 or 3 life anyway, and you'll have a pretty established board so that you can go for game at that point. Obviously, you have to watch out for some of their defense because they do play a lot of 2k counters, and they also play this 1-cost event, which gives them plus 3000. But I'm telling you, as long as you just focus on getting rid of their board and getting a life when you can easily, so attacking with your leader or something like that, you will more often than not be able to take care of a Kalgara player. All right, guys, that's all I've got for the aggro matchups with Bonney. And I promise that if you use some of these strategies to your advantage, they will work. And the reason I know this is because if you watch the Zoro and Reiju matches that I've included, both times I drew terribly. And the only reason that I was actually able to come back in either of those games is because I just knew what cards they were going to be playing and when they were going to be playing them. And I knew how to play around the cards in their deck. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. And let's get into some gameplays. All right, we are in it with a Zoro for some more aggro fun. I have this searcher. I have Carrot, which is good in this matchup. I think I'm gonna keep this. Because I can also use this to rest things like book choppers and stuff like that to just, you know, punish them. He's obviously choosing to go first. He doesn't get a search off immediately, which is huge for us, guys. Absolutely huge. We pull... Which one do we want? I think we want Cav here. Oh, wait, we have a Cav. Never mind. We will take the Bonney and end our turn. Yeah, that whiffing or not getting a search on turn 1 is... It's massive for us. It just keeps the game going a little longer. I mean, so he probably has to swing into here. Yeah, okay. Plays of what, a book chopper or something? Yeah, so he gets his book chopper down, searches up at some animal. He's gonna get the animal in play. Okay. Hiking bear. So getting rid of book choppers is like your top priority in this matchup. So we'll go here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna leave one up because he's gonna search again, and we can rest either the book chopper. I mean, he has to attack with book chopper because if he does this out of order, if he attacks with leader, for instance, and doesn't with book chopper, I'll rest book chopper, and he doesn't get the ability. I can also start freezing them with Carrot, and I can also start with the Bonney if I, you know, need to. Carrot's big in this matchup just because it keeps the board locked over and over and over. And if you can protect her, you know, if like a Basil's down or something like that, you're in a decent spot. Be nice to get like the 8-cost Rosinante, if we could get it from life or draw. So we get a big attack here from him. He is going to search something up. Ooh, okay. This potentially can drop something from his hand as well, and he can flood the board even more. Okay, so he does get the duckbill whatever's in. And yeah, we resolve that. I'm getting some weird sim luck today, guys. Like all duplicates of every card. Okay, so he's going into this and then another. Oh, he doesn't. Look at this, guys. Like the last, what, 3 games, I've had just duplicates of everything. So we're at 6, so I pretty much have to go Carrot and lock book chopper down. I'll attack into this. See if we can get a counter or just get it outright. Yeah, that'd be great. We'll Carrot, lock this, and end our turn. So we are at 8 next turn, so I'll probably go Hody, maybe rest some more stuff. Like, it's not advisable to starve out a Zoro, but if, like, his hand is not huge, he hasn't been playing the 1-cost events to load the board up more, so, like, I'm not totally apprehensive against trying to just keep clearing this board and attacking in and building my board up in the meantime, but we shall see. I also have so much counter, guys, so, like, which I might use some of right now. Yeah, because next turn there's a chance we could clear, well, we could clear all of this. I'm not even sure I would need to because I might just save Carrot to keep freezing this. And so we can clear these 2. And then I can swing in with Hody to life. We'll just see what he puts down here. Okay, definitely getting a leader ability. So we get an 8 here. We'll rest this. I am going to counter because I'm about to Hody, and so I'd like to not hurt so bad. So if he just puts everything on spotted duck here, that'd be great, and swings in, blows his turn like that. Yeah, that's perfect for us. I mean, you love to see that. So I will... I could counter out of this as well. Because he didn't leave one up for the 1-cost event, so he's not running that. I am going to counter. Again, because I want to save. I'm worried that, like, at some point he will flood the board and we'll have a problem at that point, guys. So again, I'm going to just kind of clear up a little bit of this. Keep that frozen. Now here, I'm actually tempted to go Cavendish, Bonney, and freeze the leader here, actually. Because Cavendish, yeah, because then he can't do anything and we develop 2 bodies instead of the Hody play. So I think we will do that. We'll go here, and we will do this to freeze. Oh, right, I can't do the leader. That was a mistake, guys. That was a mistake, but that's all right. Gets one attack. He maybe clears Carrot. Again, like, I wanted 2 bodies here. Like, I need more attackers. Just having 1 Hody is not quite enough, in my opinion, to make a big difference on this. The problem with that, though, is, like, I didn't leave a Dawn up. Okay, so I'm assuming he's clearing Carrot here. He doesn't clear Carrot. All right. It's kind of cool. We might have to just make these Hodies work. So this guy's a 7. I'm actually going to counter this because I can't be, if I'm using Hodies, I can't be getting weak like that. Ooh, that could help us, guys, huh? Yeah, so we'll go here. It's like the rush thing is good at the end, and so I'm kind of trying to save up a little bit. Okay, so we'll go 6 here. I guess we'll keep this frozen. It doesn't really matter. All right. We'll drop 10 here. Freeze all this. Then we swing a 6 again, and then we'll swing 7 with our Bonney. And, you know, I have decent life here. It would be hard for him to clear a lot of this board next turn. And so presumably we could be threatening lethal next turn. So we'll just have to see. I mean, frankly, I could have attacked for 8 there, actually, but he did take that because, you know, he could put down a rush unit, maybe, or 2 rush units, but I don't know. We'll see. So he is searching. Okay, so he does drum up the rush. Okay, rush down. I'm not sure who he's going to attack. Maybe one of these. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay, Carrot. I mean, Carrot's decent too. So he does Kid and Killer here. Another rush down. Again, I'm sort of fine with that. Okay. And okay, so now we pretty much have to go for game here. So let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we got to start with like a 7 here. Yeah, I'm going to start with a 7. If I do a bunch of 7s, 8, and 10, so we'll go 7. Like, I want to whittle away at a lot of these cards. Okay, he takes that. Honestly, huge, I guess, for us. So we'll go another 7 here. Yes, we'll go 7. We'll freeze up, I guess, Luffy here. Sort of doesn't matter because we got to get this game here and now. Okay, get some counter. Cool. So now we drop our Hody. Rest that so that if he does have a Rad Beam, he can't use it. Swing 6, get this back, and then go 7, 9, 10, something like that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, he's got nothing. No cards, guys. We're good. There's just no way. Mathematically, it is over. Yeah. 8 and 11. Cool. GG's. Yeah, see, he was saving Diablo Jambe. Yeah, that next turn we were cooked if we didn't do it that way. But Carrot, huge in that matchup because we got to freeze the Book Chopper. Him not seeing the 1-cost event early, I think, saved us, and a search early. But yeah, I mean, that's Zoro, guys. You just kind of keep the board locked up, attack life, attack board when you can. But yeah, GG's. All right, we are in it with a Reiju. I've just got nothing but searchers there. I mean, I'm gonna mulligan that. Or this is so much worse. So we'll see what we can cook here. I guess I should have just kept all the searchers. Okay, so they've got the 7-drop in trash now, which is what they always want. They did get their stage. Another problem. Another problemo. God. Okay. I mean, not a lot we can do here. Just swing. If we could start drawing into some 5-drops, that'd be nice. They take that. That's good for us. That's something. Okay, Ichiji down. Now comes some swings. Okay. We'll take this because, well, not ideal. I was hoping to see a 5 drop on that, but here we are. Okay, we definitely need this, and we need to search something up. I guess I could get this. Problem is I want this to play off of one of these. But the Urouge is helpful right now because I can get it down. Next turn. We just go 7 again. So maybe this eats an attack. Maybe not. We'll see. Get some cards out of hand. Kind of okay with that. So we're at what, 7 next turn? So I can pretty much only put Urouge down. Yeah, I mean, we take it. Every single one of, like, this is the most troll sim hand I've seen in a long time. Look at that. It's just disgusting. I mean, another 2K, I guess. All right. Okay, so we actually have some options in here. I mean, Basil would be good because I can start blocking some stuff. I'm going to take this because I need to keep some Dawn up to... I just need some Dawn up. Right. Yep. So, I mean, this is, I guess, good later, but I need a 5-drop to drop with this to make it, like, make sense. So I'll probably try and, if they don't kill the Bonney, I'll probably try and drum up, like, a Cav or something like that since we haven't seen one yet. And then drop this next turn. If we could get a Cavendish on the search, we could kind of salvage this a little bit. Okay, another EGG down. They do swing 8 here. I wonder if they, well, yeah, we go here. I need to start countering some of this. So we'll counter that. Okay, Bonney, or baby 5. Okay, so we're at 8. I have to try and drum up a Cav. That's exactly what I was hoping for. We can drop this, get this in. Let us go here. Try and clear off some of this stuff. Get maybe a 2K or something. And we can go, because we're about to get attacked by a lot of things. So we'll swing into here because I'd like him to use his full board because then I can start 10 dropping repeatedly next turn. Yeah, this is sort of okay. I mean, if he gets a Judge or Black Maria play going, we're in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, he can definitely have that. Okay. So they are going to attack into here. Most likely he'll get our Rosie here, I suspect. He has a pretty stacked board. I might defend it because I'd like to keep it, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll defend that. We'll defend that, yeah. If he'll probably swing again, and I won't defend the next one. Yeah, he can have that. And I'm assuming he'll go here. Toad's okay with that. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, we take that. This is insane, guys. Like, look at this. Wish we had a Hody. Okay, so we'll go here. Try and clear this off. They do give that to us. We'll go here. They take that. All right. We'll go here. And then we will swing again. Get some Dawn back. And do we put this in right now? I guess not. I don't need any Dofi stuff. Nah. All right. So again here, they pretty much have to clear the Cav. Like that's they need to. Man, another Ichiji. Kudos to them. So they have used, I mean, they have a lot of good stuff in their trash at this point. They use the blocker here to attack. Interesting, very interesting, because I rest this, and I can actually block out of that. But if they swing with the Reiju, I cannot afterwards. I also don't want them attacking life because yeah, they can take that. that. Okay. All right. So what do we want to do here? I'm going to clear off some stuff on here because I think that they might set up for like a judge play or something next turn. And okay, yeah, cool. So we'll go here and then I'm going to freeze everything again. I want to keep these frozen because I don't want them to recycle them. And now they still only get one attack anyway, which is leader. Okay, they pitch another one of the Germa Kingdom. Then smoke Sora. Okay, cool. They pitch back an Ichiji. Another 4. So if he has the next Ichiji in hand, like that's ridiculous. Or he's got it in trash. Okay, so he did pitch it. Pain. Okay, so he is going to attack here. I assume we can just give him that because, well, I mean, we have to. So he attacks 10 on 8. Yep, he can have that. 7 on 6. Painful, painful, painful. So we do have Electric Luna in hand and Hody. That's exactly, I was honestly hoping we would get that combination right there. So here's how we'll do this. We'll go 5 because like this is the combo you want. You want the Hody Electric Luna because now I can lock everything down on his board. Oh, he takes that too. That's huge for us guys because now we go here, take the life, we swing 8 and then we swing 10 and then we freeze everything and we have 1 life and all the Ichijis are locked. So his rush units are locked. And so we'll see. Ooh, or we could just go 13 here. But honestly, I'm going to play it safe. So what do we do? It's so 2, 13 he would need. It's 8 2Ks or 4 2Ks. 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, there's a chance he has it, so I'm just going to play it safe. We'll go 10 here. Oh, we get that there. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, we made that work, guys. I mean, he had the judge play coming up at some point. Freezing these down over and over was clutch. I think that if you keep the Ichijis on the board, you can do pretty well. I mean, we were about to lock everything down anyway. With the Electric Luna for the next turn. So they were in kind of a pickle. But yeah, I mean, we made it work, guys. We made that hand work. All right, we are in it with Kalgara. So let's see what we can cook up here. I think what he chose, I'll keep this. We've got some turn 4, 6. Yeah, we got some decent plays. Yeah, this is good too. We'll use it. And I don't want another one of those, unfortunately. Do I take a 2K? Too bad I can't get that Cavendish. I guess we'll take this again. Maybe we can draw into some more of the 5 drops. This will eat an attack anyway, so there's that. Or not. All right. Good thing we didn't take that 2K. Swing 5. Try and get a counter. End the turn. All right. Throw it 6 next turn. I mean, I guess I play. We'll give him a 2K here because I want the Hody to be. Yeah, we'll go 2K. Gadatsu. Nice. Okay. Okay. I forgot that a lot of them are playing Gadatsus now in Kalgara. So we go here. Unfortunately, he gets 2 attacks next turn, but we do develop a blocker. So we go here. End the turn. We're at 8 next turn, so I guess we could use one of these. Kalgara in. I'll take this because I'm trying to get a 5 drop for one of these, but we don't get it. Yeah, we'll just block for free here. Gets the heal off. Yeah. I mean, he's doing everything correctly right now. Okay. How do we want to do this? Because I need to get this off his board. I guess we could just go Hody, keep 1 up, attack, 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 attack. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's rest both of those. Get a carrot. That's actually good with this. Let's go here. And let's go here. So we're not going to get either of those. He takes that. That's kind of good for us because now we can start going into the big drops here. Unfortunately, we don't have Cavendishes to make this like, or the Rouge still, but we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Okay, so he's gonna go after Hody here. I could get out of that. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll do this. I'm assuming he's gonna attack again. Gembo, okay. Yep, totally okay with that. Go here. Now we just start teeing off on his life and freezing everything with the 10 drops. So what do we want to do? Let's go, because he has 2 attacks there. So let's go 5. I'm assuming he counters. Let's go 8. And let's drop this, freeze these. And he has 2 attacks, but we have a pretty solid board for next turn. I'll give him a carrot here. We'll go here. And I will give him a 2K. And then what's he drop? Which 10? So he got a 10 drop? Oh, Rationale, okay. Goes after that, and he doesn't quite clear it. Okay, so I have the other 10 drop, so we could just... He's got Elthor, a 3 drop. Let's see. Yeah, we just go for game here. How do we want to do this? So let's go 11. Takes that. I'm gonna go 11 again. Yeah, we'll go 11 again. Because I need to get cards out of his hand to make this work. Yeah. And then we'll go, what, like 13 here or something? Yeah. Cool. Should work. Should work. Okay. Cool. GG's. GG's. That was fun. That was a fun round. Kalgara is dangerous right now, guys.